Back. Good boy. Good job. All right, this is little Gus. He's gonna be my student today. I wanna just go over what I feel are the basic principles for round pin work. I'm gonna let Gus go here and just get him moving so that we can kind of talk through what I see from him and what he sees from me. When you let your horse go in the round pin, it is very important that you do so away from the panels. You don't want to pin yourself in or put yourself in a position where the horse is going to go running past you and kick at you. So make sure you come out away from the panels and you make sure that the horse is facing you. And when you let him go, I'm gonna let him go and I'm gonna direct him away from me. I'm gonna use big body language to shut off the option. I don't want him to think that I want him to follow me. So I'm gonna do big body language. You see he stepped back. That was obvious to him. Oh gosh, she doesn't want me to follow her. So that is what we want. Make it obvious to the horse what the answer is. Don't leave him guessing. So with that in mind, I'm gonna, again, use big body language with both of my arms and I'm gonna ask him to leave. I just wanna send him out to the rail and get him moving. When you get your horse out in the beginning, you're gonna assume they've got big energy that needs to get out. So the bigger the energy in the horse, the bigger I want my safety bubble. I wanna make sure that he's out on the rail. I'm gonna use big language from my body to keep him away from me so that I stay safe. That is the number one thing that we are doing in the round pin. We're staying safe. We are making sure that the horse respects our space. With that, we are making sure that the horse knows that we are the leader. We are driving them away from us just like the lead horse would do in a herd. The number one thing that you want to make sure that the horse understands is that you're the leader. We do not, I repeat, we do not leave that up for debate. If you ask the horse to leave and they dwell and they consider waiting and they're considering not leaving, they're considering that they're the leader and you're not. They're taking that as, do I really have to listen to you? And we need to make sure that that is closed, that loop is closed up. There's no consideration for them to think that they're the leader. We are the leader. We're the ones with the brain that can tell when there's a truck headed down the road and that can hit us on the trail ride. So if that situation were to occur, we don't need them thinking that they need to take over the leadership. We need to decide that at home and make sure that that's solid at home and that when we ask him to go, they do just as Gus did and he says, okay, no problem. That is number one. Number two, I want to make sure that he goes in the direction that I ask him to go in the round pin. We also want him to go at a certain speed that we're asking for. We don't need him careening, galloping around crazy. So we want to kind of have a speed in our mind, walk, trot, lope, or faster, slower, so that we have a plan. We don't want to say, oh, just go, but then we don't know how fast we want him to go. We want to kind of have an idea of that. So we're going to set him up to go in a direction that we want him to go and a speed that we want him to go. I'm going to set him up right now to change directions. You can see right now where I'm kind of in the middle of the round pin. I'm closing off a lot of the round pin. So in order to make it completely obvious for him, which if you take nothing else away from this video, take this. Make it clear what you want the horse to do. Have clarity. Give the horse the answer. Don't make him guess. Set him up for success. So in order to do that, I'm going to walk over here, which clears up this whole area of the round pin for him to move into. It's going to be super clear to him, oh, I need to go over here. I'm going to use big language, big, bold body language in my body so that it's clear to him that he should move. I'm not going to leave him to guess. I'm going to be big, I'm going to be bold, I'm going to be loud about what I'm doing so that it's obvious to him what he should do. if I'm slow, if I'm quiet, if I'm real timid in my actions, it forces him to guess what I'm asking him to do. And I don't want to do that. I want to support him in a way that sets him up for success. So I'm going to do that in a way that is obvious. And anybody watching me, it should be obvious to them what I'm asking the horse to do. If it's not, how the heck is the horse supposed to know what I'm asking him to do? So again, I'm going to walk this way. I'm going to have a lot of body language in my body. I'm going to make noise. And I'm going to use as much body language as I need to get him to move. He didn't react erratically or crazy. He didn't move real fast. So with that in mind, the closer I get to him, if he's not reacting very fast, then I need to get bigger and bolder so that I don't cause a confrontation as I get closer. I want to make sure that I'm setting myself up for success as well, and I'm not putting myself in a safety infraction zone. So the closer I get to him, the more the alarm bells in my head go, wee, wee, wee. Get bigger, get bolder, make him move. Because as I get closer, I'm getting within the kicking zone or the confrontation zone, and I don't want to do that. So I need to take bigger actions or do something different to make sure that doesn't happen. So we'll keep that in mind the next time we do a change of direction. Now, our third thing that we want to be looking for in the round pen is his attention and focus on me. That whole half of the round pen, you saw him looking out. We've got new horse neighbors over here, so he's really looking over there to check out what's going on. Now he's got his ear cocked into me. He put a bend in his body and he looked to me, and I could tell his focus was super solid on me. Since he looked at me and he was giving me his full attention, I said thank you. I backed off and drew him in for a stop, and I'm giving him a reward for that, because that is very important. That is, like I said, our number 3 thing that we are looking for in the round pen is for him to have his focus on me. I don't want him to spend the entire time careening around the round pen, not focused on me and not paying attention to me and acting like a robot. That is the absolute opposite of what I want. I want him checking in with me and asking what my instructions are. Do you want me to keep going? Okay, good. Do you want me to stop? Okay, good. How fast are we going? How slow are we going? Okay, good. And that is a feedback loop between the two of us, and we are having a conversation the entire time we're in the round pen. That's exactly what we want. So just to recap really quick, number 1, we want the horse to respect our space. The more energy in the horse, the bigger your bubble is going to be. The more respectful he is, I'll shrink the bubble and start approaching him. But one of the best quotes that I've learned is from Stacy Westfall, and she says, the horse has to earn the right to be in my space. I'm going to keep myself safe no matter what. So he's got to pass a series of tests to earn the respect to be in my space. And that is just something that's absolutely great to have in your mind when you're out here in the round pen. So we're going to have him make sure that we've got our big safety bubble here, our respect. He's going to respect our safety bubble. Number 2, we're going to ask him to go in a specific direction and speed. And number 3, I want his attention and focus to be on me. So those are the 3 main things that I'm looking for here. There's an amazing amount of awesome nuances that goes into this that just makes it super cool and super fun. That the better you get, the more your horse recognizes the subtle, simple cues. So that is one of the awesome things about doing round pen work. We'll kind of play with it right now, actually. So I'm going to ask him to change directions. You can see again right now, if I stay here, I'm blocking most of the round pen. So of course I need to move my feet to make it clear to him what I want. So I'm going to move my feet over to the right here and ask him to move to his right. Now, when I do that, I'm going to keep in mind the last time we did this, he didn't move off very fast. He was pretty mellow about it, which is good. We don't want him to go racing off. I want him to continue checking in with me the whole time, if possible. But I don't want to get in that safety infraction zone. I don't want to get within a horse's length of him and him not be moving. My options are going to be thinner there. My safety is going to be more compromised, and I don't want to cause a confrontation that close to the horse. If anything, if I know he's not going to move, I want to make a big deal about it out here where I can 110% make sure he's going to move no matter what, and I'm not at risk. So I'm going to keep that in mind in the back of my head. He might be a little sluggish, so I might need to be bigger and bolder and louder to get him to move as I get closer to him. So my goal is going to be to get him to move to his right smoothly but promptly. I don't want him dwelling and considering that maybe he can take his time and think about it a while. So I'll do my job by being clear with my cues as I come in. Good. Just using this stick and string there was enough for him to be like, yep, I'm moving. And that's all I needed. He moved. I saw that. The feed loop is closed. I stopped doing what I was doing and said, thank you for moving. That is exactly right. If I would have kept up the energy in my body, he probably would have went faster. And I wasn't after that. I just wanted it to be smooth and prompt. That's all I wanted. And he was absolutely flawless in it. So I said, thank you. Now he's moving at a walk. He's doing good, but I'd prefer if he was on the rail. So I'm going to add some energy to my body and send him to the rail. He's sped up. That's fine. But I just remember, we're keeping our safety bubble in mind. Number one, I want him to respect my space. And even though I know little Gus and I know he's probably going to be safe and good about it, especially at the beginning of the round pin lesson, I'm going to bias my safety as the top priority and say, just stay on the rail. Just stay out there until we've worked you for a little while and I know that you're not fresh or excited or going to do any naughty things that cause my safety to be at risk. So if I have to push him back to the rail a lot, in my mind, I'm doing exactly what I want anyways. I'm causing him to go in the direction that I want. So we're working on number 2, we're working on number 1, respect my space and go in the direction I'm asking. And he's doing it in such a beautiful way of saying, no problem, yes ma'am, that he's just demonstrating what we're looking for in your horse. We don't want the horse to get nasty or sassy or pin their ears or kick. If they're doing that, they're considering that they don't need to listen to you. They are considering that maybe they need to take over the leadership role. So we need to know that, and we need to expose that and deal with it here at home before it can become a very serious health risk out on the trail or at the show or later down the road. If you know that you've got a lion hiding under there, when you ask them to do something, you know there's a confrontation that's going to happen there, man, you better get that out and you better solve that. There's no reason to go anywhere else before you get that solved. That is just so, there's such dire consequences there if the horse is considering that they should take over that leadership role. It's not even funny. Going back to the trail example, if you've got a truck headed down the road and you got to get across the road and keep you and the horse safe, if they're considering that they don't have to do that, like if I ask him to move here and he's like, I don't know if I have to do that, maybe tomorrow I'll get around to it. You get out on the trail and you need to get across that road to be safe, you dang well better expect the same thing or worse than what you got at home. So this is just such good clarity here to get cleaned up that we're looking for a happy horse that's willing to please, and that's what you can take out everywhere else. So